Hello, everybody. Welcome to Art Metals and Jewelry Year One, the Chainmail Project. In this one, we go a couple different directions, and this is something that I was never, formally taught in college, but it's just one of those little niches that are kind of fun to explore. And a lot of people kind of get interested a little bit when it comes to it's like, oh, we get to make chainmail. Like how does that work? So hopefully you're excited about it. We make our own rings. I show you how to kind of do kind of a basic weave, but there are probably hundreds of different kinds of weaves out there if you really get into it. And that is one of the options you have for your project is to kind of learn a few weaves beyond what I teach you. But first off, we're going to fill out the packet. You'll watch a couple of videos on here. You'll jump onto this website here which says list 5 other types of weaves. You'll go to there and you'll just kind of list one like dragon scale, and that you can write that one right now. You can write that one, and there's like a whole bunch more on there that you can kind of look at. Um, then over on the left hand side it says where is chainmail used today, and it is. It's not just something from like medieval Europe, or whatever. So, and there are also a lot of different cultures, that come up with just not European, but there's Middle Eastern, there's like a Persian one, there are ones in the Orient. It's just how human culture, kind of started off. But it's still used today. And there's like 5 examples. How do you think chainmail is used in cooking today? When it comes to sharks, how is chainmail used? If you are in law enforcement and the police, how is chainmail used? How is NASA even using chainmail? And then jewelry, because we're art metals and jewelry. So how do you think chainmail is used in that? Down below it says, what does chainmail mean in our society today versus hundreds of years ago? How is it that it's the same or different? Because way back then, chainmail was used as protection. And is it still used for that same venue today, or is it also used for different things? Bottom right says, do different cultures have different types of chainmail? And why do you think that is? So it already kind of tells you right there is like, why do you think that is? Well, then yes, the first one is yes. Different cultures have different types of chainmail. But why is that? And then you can kind of watch that YouTube video as well. I think that was one by Shad, which is an interesting video. Um, Down below, there is this video by Tim Shaw. Excellent video. I might still have one myself that you can watch that might be a little shorter, but it won't be as high quality as this one is. But this is what we do. We do the European 4-in-1. That's one that we really kind of emphasize the most. You do 10 center links long, and I'll demonstrate that, what that means. And you do that twice, and you combine them together. That's your warm up. Okay, that's your practice. You can go to 11 minutes into the video to see how they actually combine them together. But again, I should also have a video hopefully at some point. Now the project. There are choices like it has right here. You actually have 3 of them. Create 2 to 3 pieces of jewelry or objects, depending on the complexity and the length. Okay. So you could think of like a bracelet. You could think of an anklet. You could think of a necklace or a headpiece. If you like going to the Renaissance festivals, that kind of go on. People have done like a coaster. There's just a lot of stuff that's out there. Even getting into like chainmail hacky sacks or trying to make a pouch that you can put something in. There's just tons. And then it says, or you can add to our chainmail shirt. So I'll show you that in class as well. And that's 2 rows of 4-in-1, 25 center links long, and then you got to combine them together. So we just keep adding on to this thing until we get done with it, and then we'll see where we go from there. Lastly, or you can do 3 to 4 new weave samples about 8 inches to 10 inches long. Again, kind of depending on the complexity of it. Because even with the European 4-in-1, there's also the European 6-in-1 and the European 8-in-1. And there's like you kind of find with those 5 other different kinds of weaves, You can look those up and say, and find other YouTube tutorials, that show you how to do it. We also have this really cool book in class that I got from one of our suppliers that you could use, and we have multiple copies of that. So just kind of bring it up if you're interested in it. Resources, again, remember, be creative, look for patterns, think how you combine them. Go to the internet, type in chainmail designs or chainmail jewelry for some awesome ideas. Add beads. Usually metal beads work the best, so you can always add those into that. So don't forget, what you learned when you did your basic and your complex necklace. Okay. Other websites you can go to, more websites, and then here are just some examples, of different things you can make as you kind of work your ideas out. Grading wise, a big part of it is almost, see, 13 points, so 26% of your grade, almost a little over a quarter of your grade, is that first part, is that sample. So it's got to be done correctly. The links have to be closed well, and your pattern has got to be right. One link throws it off, then you lose points. Um, the project itself, pattern's got to be consistent. Properly closed links, final design, with ending, or it's displayed well. So the biggest thing that people have is they just don't close the links well. So we'll try to make sure we practice that quite a bit until you're ready for it. And like anything else, just make sure it gets on our Sonia and kind of go from there. Okay. Other than that, hope you're excited for the project. I don't know a whole lot of high schools that do this. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.